It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Forget what they teach you in school. This is real life, not Wall Street, but Main Street. A real show on what's really involved with starting and running a business with all the ups and downs. Our guests will answer your questions and provide you with valuable information. Stay tuned and join in the conversation.
When the earth was created, the word came.
Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Todd and I are very excited to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm actually more excited because during the break, Wanda, this is to you, I got permission from my wife. I don't know what permission for, but she said I have permission. By the way, she only gives me permission because she thinks that it's like such a crazy thing, you know what I mean, that I got permission. It's like permission to going to the moon. But no, I'm joking around. I'm madly in love with my wife. I just like to talk a lot.
All right. Welcome back to Commercial Corner. I'm excited.
Okay.
I have a new listing to talk about, and I love it. It's grocery anchored. It's in Pembroke Pines in Broward County. Just over $100 a foot. You can get a grocery anchored shopping center.
That seems like a reasonable price. How much is the rent per square foot?
I mean, it depends on the tenant, but they're averaging, somewhere in the 11 to 12 range in the center and netting just over 7.
It's funny. On the surface, I always look at one of the prerequisites is replacement value. So without knowing this center personally, I say $100 a foot. The replacement value has to be a lot more than that.
Absolutely.
So you're really buying this below the replacement value.
You also have a unique property. It's almost 3.5 acres, a great lot right on the street that looks like a supermarket lot. It's got rows and rows of parking, and you have the supermarket anchor, which the supermarket's doing fantastic here and is a draw for any tenant. So even if you lose a tenant, tenants want to be around a supermarket and get that pedestrian count, traffic count, whatever you want to call it, the draw of the anchor to bring them into their stores or whatever their business is.
What's the expected rate of return? This is oh my God, eyesight's so bad. This is roughly a 4.275 deal, and you need roughly $1.5 million to get involved. And what do you think if someone puts up the $1.5 million, their rate of return will be on that?
Well, look, I mean, conservatively, they're going to get somewhere between a 10 and a 15% rate of return, as long as they keep it leased, manage it, and do a good job. Just as the numbers lie right there and being conservative, it's looking like approximately 11.5% return.
Gotcha.
If you do some work, get a billboard, you're right off the turnpike, visible. So
someone can make some money on this. Hey, Wanda, could you put through the caller? I hear we got an old friend on the phone. Todd, we'll jump.
Hey, I'm on.
Hey, Dan, how are you, my friend?
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Everyone on the phone is Dan Kaskel, the #1 real estate attorney in all of South Florida, a good friend, our guest last week. I was actually thinking about you, Dan. How were you? How was your week?
It was great. I'm only calling in. I heard, Todd, that your kids aren't feeling well, or at least one of them, and I wanted to wish them a get well.
Oh, well, that's really nice. It's good to hear your voice again, Dan. And I really appreciate the sentiments. And the truth is, my wife and I have not slept since they've been sick. So I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, well, it was a fun time last week. I wanted to call and check up and see how you gents were doing.
We're doing good. I can't complain. I had a crazy week. A week's a good week, but I think Todd did too. Todd's always smiling.
That's right. So look, I mean, we have a grocery anchored shopping center, a little over 40,000 feet in Broward County. You could put your money in this, or you could buy something like a Walgreens at a 5% yield. This one, you're going to come in at a 7% yield. It's got increases in every lease, at least 3.5%, most of them 4% annual increases. You have a grocery anchor, and you're buying the property at $100 a foot, whereas, something like a CVS would cost you $400 or $500 a foot. So,
and another thing I want to bring up, and this is really appropriate for Dan while he's on the phone, that if you don't have the capability to invest this much, but you have a little bit, or something, you could put a partnership together.
Or a syndicate.
Same thing. In other words, if you have 5 friends who each have a couple $100,000, you put a deal together, you call Todd, you call Dan, and they'll draw up the paperwork, and the next thing you know, you have a partnership, and you got a good deal here.
That's right. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people get started in the real estate business doing something like that. Syndicating deals, I mean, if you become a lead syndicator and put groups together, not only can you get people, like you just mentioned, to own pieces of real estate deals, at lower levels than normally would be necessary, but you also can make money on your own doing the syndication and charging a small management fee or syndication fee in doing that. So it's a good business strategy down here if you're into real estate.
Todd, Dan, and Jack Syndications, Inc.
There you go.
A Cayman Islands corporation.
That's right. We'll take it overseas. We'll bring in Hillel Presser. We'll put it all together.
Hey, as long as I can go to the Cayman Islands once in a while and, do something there.
To make withdrawals from all the cash that...
I'll be happy. I don't care about that. I just want to stay on the beach and be left alone, or sit in my hotel room and be left alone. I'm fine with that.
Hey, Todd, I'm wondering, do you ever see loans that are assumable?
Yeah, actually dealing with one right now.
Yeah, that makes the transaction so much easier for a buyer. It
absolutely does. And sometimes, actually, even if there is a cost to that assumption, it's still worthwhile for the buyer to do that and go through that without having to deal with the whole rigmarole. Generally speaking, putting a new piece of financing on a property is going to cost you something anyway. So you really can do an arbitrage, talk about your time, talk about what's involved in the assumption process and versus what's involved in getting a whole new piece of financing for a property, and it might be totally worthwhile.
A lot of the CMBS deals, I think most of them, if not all of them, are assumable. We've been working on a lot of assumable deals where we're laying in a measure equity piece to it. So someone will assume, let's say, a $3 million loan, and it's a $5 million deal. We'll get them the second $1 million as a preferred equity piece. Then $1 million. Then they put $1 million down. Anyway, I was just giving the minute warning. Hey, Dan, you want to give your contact information again, because we got to cut this short. I feel
Sure. No, I was really calling to say hello, but as long as you asked, Dan Kaskel, 561-237-6822 with Sachs Kaplan. It was great talking to you guys.
Dan,
I hope we have a chance.
Dan, it's always good to say hello, but we have to be unabashed self-promoters too. Todd, my man, you want to give your contact information?
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Todd Cohen, Marcus and Millichap. My number is 786-522-7021. Thank you all, and I hope you have a great week.
And this is Jack Miller. Don't forget about me. Look me up, Jack Miller Down to Business on Facebook. I want everyone to have a super-duper week. Don't let the week get you down. Get the week up. And Wanda, you look very sexy today, and thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.